came here with energy and enthusiasm into a new world that held endless possibilities, a world that tested you and made you face historic challenges. But there is beauty in challenges. They help you grow stronger and smarter. They help you learn how to be better. Here you are, still standing with memories, friendships, and shared experiences that will last a lifetime. More than anything, though, you created a new version of yourself. One filled with well-earned pride, confidence, and determination. You were a part of history, but your story doesn't end there. You are the one who is going to make history. You've had your time to learn and grow. You will always have a place here. But now, this is your time to shine.
Ani Bojo, Indigenous Kazwa Sabidas Mekwe, Boktang and Dunchaba, Mushka Dodem, and Dogichanandum, and Mampi. I put down my tobacco today for all the graduates, put down on the land for you, and thanks for asking me to come out with a song for you, and the song is called the All My People song, and I want you to know that it is for all the people in our wheel. We recognize all the people. It's from Mother Earth and all her children. It's a giveaway, that's what I give to you. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Oh, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Miigwech. Congratulations to all of our students.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Katomba se potelete. Il se porte la croix.
My name is Dr. Richard Wiggers. I'm the Dean of the St. Lawrence College, Cornwall campus, and I'm honored to be your Master of Ceremonies for our Class of 2020 Convocation. I would like to begin by acknowledging that St. Lawrence College is situated on the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee peoples. May we always be grateful to live and learn on these lands. 2020 was an unprecedented year for all of us. Our 2020 graduates demonstrated the best qualities of humanity: tenacity, adaptability, and incredible grit throughout these trying times. Their perseverance when faced with new and unknown challenges is truly a source of pride. The tremendous hard work and patience that has brought them here today has also equipped them to handle any obstacle they may encounter in their journey. We would also like to recognize all of those who have supported our graduates, especially the parents, spouses, children, families, friends, college staff, and the St. Lawrence College community for their guidance and unwavering support. In addition, I would like to say a special thank you to our many community members and college supporters. As an illustration of tenacity and adaptability, I'd like to invite you to enjoy a video presentation from our music and theater performance graduates.
Minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measure love. Seasons of love, seasons of love.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
Truth that she learned, or in times that he cried.
In bridges he burned, or the way that she died.
Starting out to sing out, but the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember love.
Oh, you got to remember the love. You know that love is a gift from above. Share love, give love, spread love.
Measure your life in love. Seasons of love.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Glenn Volebret, President and CEO of St. Lawrence College, to say a few words.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome parents, relatives, friends, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and most important, welcome members of the St. Lawrence College graduating class of 2020. Today, we are making history as we are celebrating our graduating students virtually for the very first time. I know we all wish we could gather together in person and celebrate your success, but we hope you know by celebrating virtually, it doesn't diminish what you have accomplished and what this day represents. Today is the most important day of the year for you and for us. Convocation and the awarding of our SLC credential is a symbol of student success, and it's the entire reason we exist as an organization. It is both an honor and a privilege to address you as graduates. Every year as I prepare for Convocation, I think about what I should say to the graduating class and what advice I can offer you. I spend hours agonizing over this, when in reality, no matter what I say, you will likely forget most of it. This is a huge day for each of you. You have worked hard to get here, studied, written exams, delivered presentations, finished work placements, and perhaps taken additional courses in order to graduate. And regardless of whether you've been out in the workforce, continuing your academic journey, or pursuing another passion over the last year, you have earned the right to cross this virtual stage and be recognized for your accomplishments. And as you do, remember that today, your future is a blank slate on which anything can be written. I'm fairly certain that during your time at SLC, most of you will have had support along the way. Whether from family, friends, or someone at the college, please take a few moments to acknowledge those who have helped get you to this place today. To our faculty, staff, and our entire team here at SLC, I say thank you. Thank you for putting students first, for the creativity and innovation you have shown in finding new ways to teach, support, and inspire our students. You have all been extraordinary in very challenging times, and I thank you all for helping our students realize their dreams. I'm proud to call you my colleagues and friends, and I would personally like to thank our entire SLC team for being so passionate about making a difference each and every day. Please, everyone, let's all give these folks a big round of applause. And now to you, our graduates. Each year at Convocation, I like to offer some advice to the graduating class. Usually I pick a theme, research it, and then share my perspective. This year, however, I think the theme found me. Today, I would like to talk about resilience. In her book, The Calm Within the Storm, A Pathway to Everyday Resiliency by St. Lawrence College alumnus Dr. Robin Hanley Defoe, she defines resiliency as the capacity to bounce back and rally from adversity. Now think about what you have all experienced in the past 16 months or so, shifting from a traditional in-classroom learning to an alternate learning environment. Using technology such as Teams, Zoom, Skype, although I must admit, Skype seems so March of 2020. Who actually uses Skype anymore? Even for those that were taking labs on campus, with physical distancing, masking, and a campus devoid of college life. Is this what you were expecting? I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that it probably wasn't really what you or any of us at SLC were expecting. However, when you look at your experience and really pause to reflect and think about it, the lessons that you have learned about yourself and others will serve you well for your career and personal ambitions for the rest of your life. The pandemic that you, we, the entire global community has experienced will transform and forever change the ways in which we will learn, live, play, and work. Let's look at what you have done to get to this point. You have demonstrated remarkable resilience. Each of you have overcome obstacles that have never been encountered by the millions of college students who came before you. You learned how to navigate new technology, participate and thrive in open discussions on a chat line, discovered how to say "you're on mute" in 48 different languages. In all seriousness, throughout it all, you were self-motivated, stayed focused on your studies, and you were determined to work toward your dreams in difficult circumstances. That is the definition of resilience. let's look at resilience another way. I want to share two compelling thoughts. Dr. Hanley Defoe says that resiliency is also the practice of taking the broken parts and creating something new, an ability that may not have been open to us had we not gone through hard times. Resiliency is the practice of moving through to get to the other side. It is making the next right decision. And Nelson Mandela said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. If you put those two thoughts together, now that you've made it to graduation, it seems you have a special responsibility. If resiliency means moving past the current circumstances and getting to the other side, now is the time for you to play an active role in shaping what the other side of the pandemic looks like. To use your education to create something new that we could not have envisioned had we not just gone through what we have. So graduates, what will you create? And what is your next right decision on the way towards your vision? How are you going to use your education, what you have learned at SLC, and the resiliency skills that you have developed to take on the challenges our society is facing today and create something better for tomorrow? In closing, I want to leave you with a quote by family activist, community curator, and storyteller, Mia Birdsong. Breath is our beginning. We are born with a cold shock of air as we inhale for the first time. Any breath after that first one can be a new start. Any moment we can declare this is a new time. So let's start again. Take a breath and return to yourself. The world ahead of us is not the one we left behind, so the version of yourself you return to can be different too. What we can each ask ourselves is who and how we want to be in that world. So graduating class of 2020, take a moment, reflect, pause, exhale, and know that you are now ready to take the next step in your journey to following your dreams and pursuing your passions. Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you all the best. I would now like to introduce Jeanette Ferguson, Chair of the St. Lawrence College Board of Governors, to deliver greetings from the board.
Greetings, President Valbrit, college graduates, honored guests. My name is Jeanette Ferguson, and I am the chair of the St. Lawrence College Board of Governors and proud member of the SLC alumni. Today, it is my privilege to bring greetings to the graduating class of 2020 on behalf of the Board of Governors and in recognition of this very important day. Graduates, you have received an outstanding educational experience during your time at SLC. In a caring and supportive environment, you were guided by the dedicated academic and administrative staff and supported by an involved community. You have put in many hours of hard work and probably more than a few long nights of study and worry as you made your way through your program. Your hard work and perseverance are evident in you being a part of this very important moment in your academic journey. You begin the next stage of your life very well prepared to take on the future. All of us at St. Lawrence College and across our Eastern Ontario communities are extremely proud of you and are excited for what lies ahead. We look forward to watching your success and hearing about your accomplishments. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I want to extend my thanks to President Valbrit and the college team, and I thank you, graduates, for choosing St. Lawrence College as your path to reach your goals. Welcome to the alumni, graduates. You did it. It is also my privilege today to introduce to you the recipient of the 2020 St. Lawrence College Honorary Diploma. This is the highest formal honor a college can bestow. We are allowed to do this, but we're not required to do it, so we do not take this lightly. Accordingly, when we do so to recognize very special people. People who have been successful, yes, but more importantly, we tend to focus on people who apply their talents use them for the greater good of their fellow citizens and the community at large. We also present honorary diplomas in order to bring before our graduates people who set an example that is worthy of your respect and who, we hope, will be able to share some of their experiences and wisdom to help inspire you to go forward from here and be the best that you can be. Today, we are pleased to honor John MacDonald, who is a leading example of how one individual can have a tremendous impact on their community. John is inspirational in vision, his long service, and his determination to ensure the continued growth of the Cornwall community. John was the founding chair of the Cornwall Heart of the City, an organization that was created to plan the renewal of the city's commercial areas. As a property owner and community-minded individual, he played an invaluable role in the growth of this project. As a lawyer, he was able to provide considerable advice and guidance in the development of the organization and to the various programs established to assist this organization's growth. The St. Lawrence River Institute of Environmental Sciences was founded in Cornwall in 1994 as a unique community partnership to address local environmental issues. It proudly partnered with St. Lawrence College in 2002 to build a research facility on the Cornwall campus and helped initiate the SLC Environment Technician Program in 2003. It is now an internationally recognized institute for environmental research and education. John MacDonald was one of the founding board members of the institute and 28 years later continues to be an integral member of the board. President Valbrit, graduates, honored guests, it is my pleasure to present to you our honorary diploma recipient, John MacDonald.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for your very generous comments. President Volebret and the St. Lawrence College Board of Governors, I am honored and grateful to be invited here today to receive this honorary diploma. However, the true stars of today's ceremony are the graduating class of 2020. I think I'm expected to bestow upon you some words of wisdom. I don't know about that, but I would like to spend a few minutes telling you why I think I am here today to receive this great honor. I subscribe to the view that life is all about our relationships. In my case, I'm a husband, a father, and now a grandfather, which is a hoot, by the way, all the joy with none of the responsibility. I'm also a friend and a colleague. And then I'm a business lawyer with a relationship with his clients, a business partner, and an employer. After that, I'm a member of the downtown business community and a citizen of the city of Cornwall. These are the relationships that are most important to me, and I prioritize them in that order. If I have words of wisdom, they are these. Identify your relationships and understand your part in each of them. Do not take any of them for granted or take more than you give from any of them. Prioritize your relationships and then devote your best self to each of them. I recommend that you set aside some time on a regular basis to review and reevaluate your relationships. You want to ensure that you continue to devote the appropriate time and attention to each, that none have been neglected or in need of repair, and that they remain an important part of your life. This is what I think is meant by work-life balance. I'm proud to say that I have strong family connections and good friends. My wife and I have been together since grade 13. My 3 children are grown, and I'm very proud of each of them. I have made time for my grandchildren and helped to provide for their future. I have a successful business, and I would like to think the respect of my colleagues. But all of these relationships need constant attention. Once you have your own house in order, you should look to those other things that are important to you. In my case, that includes growth and prosperity of the community in which I live and work. I also believe that education and protecting the environment are key. I have come to understand the importance to the community of organizations like the St. Lawrence River Institute of Environmental Sciences, the Downtown Business Improvement Area, and Heart of the City. I have chosen to forge long-term relationships with these organizations for that reason and because I can employ my skills in a way that I think is meaningful and of value to them. Your relationships will be different, but just as important. I chose my relationships because they align with my values and interests. As a business lawyer, my interests and beliefs run to promoting a thriving business community. The Downtown Business Improvement Area is a municipal corporation whose objectives are beautification, promotion, and the revitalization of downtown Cornwall. Heart of the City is a revitalization organization that, among other things, created and promoted a community improvement plan, now operated by the City of Cornwall, that has leveraged millions of dollars of private sector investment in the center of the city. The St. Lawrence River Institute of Environmental Sciences is a leader in protecting one of our most valuable resources, the St. Lawrence River. You should choose your relationships on the same basis, and not just because of how it may look on a resume. You may choose to take active role in your religious community, a service club, a community welfare organization, social or health charity, or politics. And if you devote the appropriate time and attention to these relationships, and although you will not do it for this reason, you may find yourself standing here one day, or in receipt of a similar honor. Before closing, I would like to add that I'm also a member of the Cornwall Golf and Country Club. And as I remind my wife from time to time, that is also a relationship to which I need to devote a great deal of time and attention. In closing, I'd like to again express my appreciation for the great honor and congratulate you, the class of 2020. I wish you every success in your future endeavors and in all of your relationships.
Congratulations, John. I now would like to recognize the impact St. Lawrence College alumni are making, not just here in the Eastern Ontario region, but around the globe. The SLC Global Alumni Network is now over 100,000 strong in over 75 countries, and they continue making us all proud to be SLC. Please enjoy a video from our alumni community.
Your SLC experience represents a tremendous amount of hard work, perseverance, and dedication. But that experience doesn't end today. Today, you're opening a new door to new possibilities. And like the alumni who have passed through this door before you, this is just the beginning. Since the first graduating class, the St. Lawrence College alumni community has grown to more than 100,000. That's 100,000 alumni who have shared experiences. 100,000 graduates connected through a global alumni network spanning more than 75 countries, and who combined have earned over 130,000 credentials. What does it mean to be SLC alumni?
It means a lot. It means friends. It means opportunities. It means career and professional growth. And it honestly also means going anywhere you go and being successful at anything that you can do.
For me, it's mostly about giving back to the community where I had the chance to build my career upon and make wonderful connections along the way.
One of the extraordinary things about being a graduate is all of the skill sets that you have picked up along the way in your journey, and not just curriculum related to your subject mastery. I'm talking about the learning to learn skills, getting along with people, knowing when to ask for help, knowing when you need to dig deep, dial in to be able to meet those goals.
It means being able to have access to great connections, networks, lots of friends, as well as bridging the gap as an immigrant, having come here from my home country and trying to understand what it means to work and live in my new country.
It means having connections that you can rely on, connections you can work with. Knowing someone might be the difference between getting hired or not, and you can rely on other professionals for support, knowledge, and information.
You'll enjoy benefits and opportunities as an SLC graduate.
This is my chance finally to give back to the community and the students, how my professor helped me, I felt like this is my chance to do the same thing.
I've always got a community that I can pick their brains from, I can sound off, I can get ideas, I can think outside the box with other people, and then try and implement them on the other side of the world, which, when you think about it, is absolutely amazing.
Be part of such a massive network of people that largely share my beliefs and values is really powerful when you're building your career, because that outreach and that thought pool is really helpful.
Been given the opportunity to teach various courses. I currently volunteer as a member of one of the PAC committees. I also guest speak.
SLC alumni congratulate you on your achievement and welcome you to the community.
I'm so proud of you. You guys made it through this amazing hard time this year. It hasn't been easy, so I'm so proud of you guys. Congratulations. Woo-hoo! Peace out.
Welcome to the family and congratulations. You did it. You made it. Be proud of yourself.
Yay! Congratulations!
Félicitations à tous. Congratulations. You guys did it.
Congratulations! And you did it. Be proud.
You rock. You crushed it. Now on to the next chapter. You're going to do great.
Welcome to the alumni. Our door is always open.
As an integral piece of the fabric that makes up St. Lawrence College, our alumni create a network of connections and community. And now, as we celebrate the outstanding achievements of the class of 2020, we also welcome you to this alumni community. I encourage you to stay connected and stay involved. It is now time to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2020. Valedictorian is a derivation of the Latin phrase valedicere, which means to say farewell. Thus, the valedictoria address is a message of gratitude and inspiration from a graduating student before graduates move on to pursue individual dreams. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the class of 2020 valedictorian, Zahi Abu Ramadan, a graduate from the Business Administration program.
Hello, fellow graduates. My name is Zahi Abu Ramadan, your valedictorian for the graduating class of 2020. Welcome to the future. On behalf of the graduating class of 2020, I would like to welcome all faculty, alumni, esteemed guests, family, friends, and most of all, our 2020 graduates. First, I would like to acknowledge and thank the Native Aboriginal community. St. Lawrence College is situated on the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee peoples. May we always be grateful to live and learn on these lands. Second, I would like to personally thank our professors, faculty, and the St. Lawrence College Cornwall Student Union, who have given us the opportunity to be here today. You have been our trusted confidants, advisors, and friends. Your contributions have enabled our success. Know that we share it with you and because of you. On behalf of all the graduating students, thank you. Hello Future is our motto here at St. Lawrence College. And while the future may be unknown, we should never run or hide from it. Instead, we are encouraged to overcome that challenge with confidence and to embrace the future with a smile. Resilience has been the cornerstone of our tenure here at St. Lawrence College. Our students have faced many challenges and adversities during these difficult times. However, we stood tall, worked hard, and now we stand before you as graduates. Today, I see before me the future generation of leaders who will take the skills and knowledge we have gained during our educational journey at St. Lawrence College to continue our legacy forwards. When I began my studies at St. Lawrence College, I was a mature student with an unknown future ahead of me. Like many, I was scared not knowing what was in store for me. However, because of the incredible support I received from the faculty and friends I have made here, I do not feel that anymore. We face a difficult time graduating in a post-pandemic world, and many of us are unsure of what to do now. Life is constantly full of challenges, and if I've learned anything at my time at St. Lawrence College, it is that nothing in the world comes easily. Life will continue to test you in ways you could never foresee. As such, you must rise to meet that challenge every day. Today, I'm filled with hope and anticipation for the future that lies ahead for myself and my fellow classmates. Through your support, I represented St. Lawrence College as our chair for the Board of Directors, where we work to implement campus-wide positive progressive changes for our students. We built stronger relationships with our sister campuses and colleges. We have put in place programs that support mental health awareness and advocacy, LGBTQ policies, safe campus initiatives, multicultural and international growth, and Aboriginal support. I ask you to continue these initiatives wherever the path takes you. While each graduate at St. Lawrence College has their own story, this is only the first chapter of our future. Your hard work and effort has been rewarded, and what you've achieved here is only the beginning. I have seen firsthand how each and every one of you has grown to become the very best you can be. My hope is that you will continue to look back and reflect on our time here at St. Lawrence College and embrace the challenges you have endured. They have made you wiser and stronger. Learn from your past and carve a better life for yourself with the skills, tools, and knowledge you have gained. Continue to shape your own future. Break through every ceiling, and remember that it is never too late to achieve your goals and dreams. Always work towards a new milestone, a new achievement. Push yourselves to achieve the impossible. Only then will you know what is truly possible. I am proud to represent you today as your valedictorian. Know that all of you are deserving of this honor. If I can leave you with a quote, it is, "Persistence in the face of adversity is how we hone the skills necessary to succeed." Keep pushing. Always work towards your dreams. And even if the light at the end of the tunnel seems impossibly far, never give up on yourself. Lastly, I would like to thank my family, my mother and father, Mahasan and Nahed, and my siblings, Amani, Mataz, and Resha. Your love and unending support are the fuel that lights my path forwards. I love you with all my heart. Thank you to all in attendance today. Congratulations, class of 2020. Good luck, future graduates. Hello, future.
The President's List recognizes graduates who have rendered valuable and distinguished service to the college community. Eligibility is based on academic excellence, including graduating with distinction, along with interest and activities involving leadership, citizenship, and community service. It is my pleasure to announce the recipients of the President's List Award. Congratulations. Lacey Pierce, graduate of the Mental Wellness and Addictions Worker Program, and Tyler Stambouli, graduate of the Community Integration through Cooperative Education Program.
Congratulations to our prestigious award recipients. To conclude our Class of 2021 ceremony, on behalf of collaborative partner Laurentian University, I will deliver the proclamation to our Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates. Following the proclamation, President and CEO of St. Lawrence College, Glenn Volebret, will deliver the charge to the graduates. We will then shine the spotlight on our graduates. Would the Laurentian graduating class please rise? In the name of the university and by the authority of the Senate, I proclaim that you are holders of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining to your degree.
The charge. Graduates, from wherever this finds you, I'm going to ask you to please rise. This is an important moment for each of you. Today, you have been admitted into the proud fellowship of the graduates of the Institutes of Applied Arts and Technology of the Province of Ontario, an honor bestowed only upon those who have met long-established standards of conduct and learning. In the name of St. Lawrence College, therefore, I hereby charge you zealously to safeguard the professional dignity and ethics of this fellowship, sincerely to cultivate the spirit of inquiry and experiment, earnestly to maintain through study the fresh viewpoint demanded in an age of rapid change and technological advancement, and generously to contribute in all these ways to the society around you, that the dignity of all of us, through you, may be constantly reaffirmed. Thank you for coming, everyone, and congratulations to the St. Lawrence College 2020 graduating class.